So the Josh Simmons situation is clearly still going on, and I'm going to be giving y'all an update. Now, we don't 100% know what's happening, but I'm still going to tell y'all everything I've been hearing so far, and if I believe it and if I think it's true. So the Kansas City Chiefs offensive lineman Josh Simmons was selected in the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft, and obviously he was figured to be a main piece of the team's offense moving forward. You know, he's played in 5 games this season, but he's missed the last 2 under mysterious circumstances. Simmons, he was listed on the injury report last week as missing practice due to personal reasons. You know, not last week, sorry. He's actually missed 3 games. But, no. Was it 3 games? Yeah, he missed 3 games or 2. But one of these weeks, we know he was missing practice due to personal reasons. He was not on the injury report ahead of the team's game against the Detroit Lions. Then he ended up just not showing up. Then obviously against the Raiders, he didn't play. Andy Reid told reporters he didn't have any updates on Simmons. He said that Brett Veach was handling things in Simmons' regard, and we'll just move on with that. Clark Hunt also was asked about the Simmons thing during the NFL full meeting. He said, I can't really comment. Patrick Mahomes suggested that Simmons was dealing with a serious problem. A separate report indicated that he returned home to deal with a family matter. Mahomes said, I'll keep conversations kind of between us. But I'm always praying for him. I'm praying for all my teammates. So I'm always praying for him. I'll just keep everything else kind of private to us. So obviously, Josh Simmons is going through some things. So Jaylen Moore, you know, this free agent left tackle signing by Brett Veach actually turned out to be one of the greatest signings in Chief history, if not the greatest, because Jaylen Moore is literally protecting Patrick Mahomes while our starting left tackle is out. Now, I've heard some things as well, right? I've heard some things in some Chiefs group chats from some credible sources that I don't say I believe. I don't believe it, to be honest with you, but I've heard Josh Simmons is on drugs. He's serious, hooked on drugs, and he's about to check himself into rehab. I don't believe that. Don't quote me on that. I really don't believe that. That's just something I've heard in a group chat. Then someone said it's that or he has a major illness. I don't know, a major illness. I can't really see it being that. I think we would have found that out somehow. But then again, you never know. They said he don't know if he wants to play football anymore. That's another one. Nah, I don't think that's true. Like, why would he think that? Why would he just want to not play football out of nowhere after being on the Kansas City Chiefs? I don't think it's that. I think it's actually a real family matter, and it's a personal issue that we just probably not going to find out about. Someone else also said something very crazy that I couldn't believe. They said maybe ICE is coming for Josh Simmons and his family, or ICE is coming for Josh Simmons' family, and he had to go there to save them. How could Josh Simmons save how could Josh Simmons save his family from ICE? How do we even know his family's illegal immigrants? It's just things that I don't understand. Like, well, people just be saying stuff that don't make sense. But here's what I'm saying, man. Obviously, it's a very personal issue if they've been this quiet about it. And I'm sure it's obviously for a good reason, out of respect to Josh Simmons. But not only respect to Josh Simmons, but also respect for his family. So obviously, we got to all pray for Josh. We got to pray for his family. And yeah, reporters, the problem with the reporters, they just don't know how to let it go, man. Like, you know, just let Josh talk about it when it's ready. Obviously, this is a little weird, this whole situation. Obviously, it feels definitely overwhelming and stuff like that. But Veach made an amazing signing with Jaylen Moore, man. That was an amazing signing. Like, it was great. Now, it's also been updates that Josh Simmons might not even come back for this season, which I think may not be the worst case scenario, because by the time Josh Simmons come back, he's probably going to be super rusty. I doubt he's practicing right now with a family issue. I doubt he's even working out. So obviously, he's going to come back very, very rusty and probably in a little bit of bad shape. So I think Jaylen Moore should ride it out, because he's been looking very, very good at left tackle. And we just give Josh Simmons an off season, and he can come back next year focused. You know? So, yeah, man. That's what I think. There's a lot of questions that you could ask. Is Josh Simmons ever going to play football again? Will it be this year? So I can answer these. I think Josh Simmons will play football again. Will it be this year? No. Is he okay? I don't know. Do I know when he'll be back? I don't know, you know? But those are questions that the team has been getting asked. And the team is just like, we just don't have nothing to say about it, you know? It's just not anything to talk about. So obviously, this is a very serious situation. This is a very tough situation, you know. no doubt, we're not gonna know what's happening, and we could keep trying to guess stuff, but at the end of the day, man, like I said, we don't know what's happening right now. We're not gonna really even know what's happening. We just gotta let things play out and just see how everything goes, man. That's the most you could do. Is just see how everything goes, for real, for real. You know. But what I could say is, like I said, at the end of the day, man, this dude is very, very good. He's elite. He's elite. Like, he's a very good player. So if he doesn't ever come back to football, that definitely would suck. I mean, we do have Jaylen Moore, but imagine next season we could slide Jaylen Moore to right tackle, and then we have Josh Simmons at the left. So that would just be something that I honestly would love to see next season. And that's something I even wanted to explore this season, but I guess Jawan Taylor is having a okay season, so I can't really say that. But, just seeing what's going on with Josh Simmons, it's definitely scary. It's definitely concerning. This offense, though, is looking very good. Even without Jaylen Moore, even without Josh Simmons out there, with Trey Smith getting injured, Patrick Mahomes was still barely touched. He was still barely touching that Raiders game. And then the Chiefs been doing very good on fourth down runs this year, going 8 for 9, letting Kareem Hunt just bulldoze, for that first down. So this Chiefs offensive line is looking good. The wide receiver room is looking good. Patrick Mahomes is looking like the MVP. And this is the best Chiefs team that we've seen in a minute. So if everything could just stay good, and we don't get no bad luck, no bad juju, stuff like that, then this Kansas City Chiefs team will be very, very good heading into playoff time. Next week, we do have the Washington Commanders. We'll be going against Marcus Mariota at Arrowhead. That should be an easy W. Obviously, that brings back some real times, That brings back some real times. We know them days, Marcus Mariota catching his own pass and for a touchdown and stuff like that. It's just, it's just traumatizing. But yeah, man, I would love to see what happens with Josh Simmons. Hopefully he could come back eventually, but we'll just have to let it play out, and we'll just have to see. But if you enjoyed this video, man, like and subscribe. As always, it's been your boy Chiefs Priority, and I'm out. Peace.